Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Sunday, May 7, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find a link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. New York Yankees vs Tampa Bay Rays. Despite out-hitting the Rays, the Yankees were unable to get the job done. The Yankees were by 3 until a 3-run shot by Harrison Bader in the 6th inning that knotted it up. 6 Yankees in total managed a hit and are without some key players, including Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. Joni Brito took the mound for the Yankees, and he tossed for 4 innings while striking out 2 and allowing 4 runs. RHP Gerrit Cole is due to make his 3rd away start of the season, and over his 5 total starts this season, Cole is currently undefeated. He's been much stronger on his home mound, but he's still throwing the ball well away. He currently posts a road ERA of 2.63 and has been holding opposing batters to .224. He's also been throwing much better during the day as opposed to under the night lights. His daytime ERA this season is a staggering 0.33 over 4 games. He's also thrown incredibly well against the Rays, historically. Last season he threw against Tampa 4 times, and he finished with an ERA 1.07 and didn't allow any home runs over his 13.1 innings pitched. On the season, over 46.2 innings pitched, Cole hasn't surrendered a single homer, and he'll look to continue that streak against the Rays, who have a knack for bombing the ball out of the yard. Tampa Bay extended their home streak to 4 after taking the Yankees in Game 1. It was a bit of a heated contest for Randy Arozarena as he started his game off with a home run at his first at-bat. His next 2 at-bats concluded with him being hit by pitches. 6 Rays were able to log a hit on the night, with 5 of those guys logging an RBI. Yonny Chirinos took the mound for Tampa, and he tossed for 5.1 innings without recording a K and walking 4. Chirinos gave up 3 runs over that stretch. As of this writing, the Rays have not selected who will be taking the mound to start Game 3. This should not have any true bearing as the Rays aren't foreign to running bullpen games. On the whole, the Rays lead the league in opponent ERA at just 2.90 and are also first in hits allowed per game, holding opponents to under 7 on average. Even with the Tampa bullpen hanging around league average in strikeout rate, they have continued to do a solid job keeping batters guessing at the plate and have limited their walks per 9 innings to a near top 10 posting. And not only have they kept batters guessing, but they haven't allowed the long either, holding opposing batters to under 1 per game on average and leading the league. The Yankees have thrived on the home run ball, and Tampa will need to limit those chances here to keep their win streak alive. Even though the Rays will be facing off against one of the hottest pitchers in baseball right now, it is a rare occurrence when we get to snag them as a home dog. Tampa Bay has several ways to get runs in, and they've done a solid job not leaving runners stranded. Their league-high batting average should frustrate Cole here, and the Rays have shown they can make pitchers pay on just 1 bad pitch. Take the rare home dog here. Our team pick is Tampa Bay money line. Gerrit Cole has been on another planet to kick the season off, and his daytime ERA has proven him to be largely unhittable thus far. Meanwhile, the Rays bullpen is among the best in the MLB in terms of ERA and hits allowed. Tampa has also done well to limit home runs, which has been the saving grace for the Yankees time and again this season. I expect both offenses to struggle here. Under 7.5 runs. Oakland Athletics vs Kansas City Royals. Oakland snapped their 3-game losing streak on Friday when they defeated the Kansas City Royals 12-8 on the road in the first game of the series. Oakland's Kyle Muller pitched 5.1 innings and allowed 5 earned runs on 8 hits to become the first A's starting pitcher to earn a win in 2023. Outfielders Brent Rooker and Ramon Laureano hit back-to-back home runs in the 3rd inning to help Oakland power their way to the win. The A's led by 7 runs after 4.5 innings. The Royals mounted a comeback to trim the lead to 1 in the 7th, but 3 Oakland relievers shut out KC late in the game to preserve the victory. The A's got 17 hits overall, including 3 apiece by outfielders Esteury Ruiz, Tony Kemp, and Rooker and first baseman Ryan Noda. Kansas City has lost 4 of their last 5 games, including a 12-8 defeat at home at the hands of the last-place Oakland A's on Friday. Kansas City starter Brad Keller lasted only 4.1 innings and gave up 7 runs, 6 earned, on 7 hits and back-to-back home runs. The Royals' relief corps was not much better, allowing 5 earned runs in 4.2 innings. For the second straight game, the Royals mounted a failed comeback from a large deficit, cutting a 7-run Oakland lead to 1 late in the game, but were shut down the rest of the way by the A's relievers. Outfielder Nick Pratto went 2 for 3, scored 3 times and drove in one on a solo shot for the Royals in the loss. Oakland has dominated the series with the Royals at Kauffman Stadium over the past several seasons. They have won 5 of 7 games played there since 2021. The A's batters have been more effective on the road against the Royals than they were in most other stadiums recently. They batted .34 points higher at Kauffman, .250, than their overall batting average in 2021. The Royals are sending a pitcher to the mound for this matchup that has allowed 24 hits and 17 runs in 20.2 innings pitched in 2023. In his last start at home against Baltimore, Yarbrough lasted only 3.2 innings, allowing 5 earned runs on 5 hits and 3 walks. Conversely, Oakland rookie Miller did not allow a hit in 7 innings against the Mariners in his last outing. The Royals have had difficulty hitting at home this season, ranking 27th in the league with a .219 average. The Royals pitching staff is ranked dead last in home ERA, 6.13. Kansas City has lost 9 of their last 10 at Kauffman Stadium, and they have won only twice in 14 chances there this season. Oakland defeated the Royals handily in the first game of the current series. Most signs point to a victory for Oakland on the road on Sunday. In Miller's one career start on the road, he allowed 5 earned runs in 4 innings pitched in Los Angeles against the Angels. Oakland scored 9 or more runs in 4 of 7 games played at Kauffman Stadium, dating back to the 2021 season. Oakland hits well on the road against the Royals. They batted .250 there in 2022 versus .216 overall last season. They also hit for power at Kauffman, owning a .404 slugging percentage there in 2022 versus their overall slugging percentage of .365. They got 17 hits and scored 12 runs in the first game of the current series. The A's pitching staff owns an eye-popping 9.16 ERA on the road this season. Oakland has gone over the point total in 4 of their previous 5 games on the road. Oakland pitchers allowed 8 or more runs in 3 of 4 games in their previous road series against the Los Angeles Angels, 18-14 Sioux, 2nd and Al West. The Royals have gone over the point total in 4 of their last 5 games overall and 5 of their last 6 at home. Kansas City starting pitcher Yarbrough has an ERA over 7 in 9 appearances so far this season. Most signs and stats point to a higher scoring affair between these two teams on Sunday. Take the over. Detroit Tigers vs St. Louis Cardinals. The Tigers has moved into second place in the AL Central while riding a 5-game winning streak after sweeping the New York Mets in the middle of the week and taking the first 2 games from St. Louis on Friday and Saturday. Left fielder Akil Baddoo doubled home the go-ahead run in the 10th inning on Saturday afternoon as came from behind to steal a 6-5 win. The Tigers trailed 5-3 entering the 6th inning, but first baseman Spencer Torkelson tallied RBI singles in the 6th and 7th frames to tie the game at 5-5 before Baddoo's clutch hit one at center fielder Riley Green came up big for the second day in a row, going 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored on Saturday. The Tigers had 13 hits as a team. Riveros A. Cisnero got the win. The Cardinals continue to be one of baseball's biggest disappointments this season as they dropped their 8th consecutive game on Saturday with a 6-5 defeat to Detroit in 10 innings. St. Louis now owns the National League's worst record at 10-24 and has lost 11 of its last 12 games. St. Louis jumped out to an early 3-0 lead on Saturday behind a 3-run home run from center fielder Dylan Carlson in the 2nd inning. Third baseman Nolan Arenado belted a 2-run homer in the 5th to make it 5-3, but Adam Wainwright and the bullpen were not able to preserve the leads as they allowed Detroit to out-hit them 13-9. Considering the talent on their roster, the Cardinals' record is a lot worse than it should be. The fact that St. Louis is 0-11 in series openers this season certainly isn't helping them in the standings. But Sunday's game is not a series opener and the Tigers waiting until the last minute to name a starting pitcher. For St. Louis, as bad as Matz has been in 2023, he has an excellent track record against Detroit. In 2 career starts against the Tigers, Matz has allowed just 2 runs over 12.0 innings, which equates to a 1.50 ERA. If there's ever a time to get his season back on track, it's on Sunday against a team that ranks near the bottom of the league in most offensive statistical categories and does not have a good record on the road. The Tigers have played good baseball this week, but St. Louis at least has Paul Goldschmidt starting to heat up recently as he's batting .333 with 2 home runs and 7 RBI over the past 2 weeks. And maybe Arenado's home run on Saturday is what he needs to get going. I expect the Cardinals to outslug Detroit in this one. Give me the Cardinals to get it going at home big. Cards minus 1.5 runs. I like the under as I'm actually expecting some improvement from Matz in this game. Matz is possibly pitching for a chance to remain in the starting rotation with a return of Adam Wainwright from injury and Matthew Liberatore lurking in AAA. Matz is usually solid this time of year. His 3.42 career ERA in the month of May is the lowest of any month, taking only April through September into consideration. It is the only month where his ERA is lower than 4.10. Matz also has a good track record against the Tigers, as noted above. Detroit is second to last in all of baseball with 3.5 runs per game, and St. Louis has certainly had struggles to produce runs as well. The Cardinals rank 6th in hits per game, but they don't steal many bases, and their hits haven't been translating to runs. With 4.2 runs per game, St. Louis ranks just 19th in that department. With a lot of players not living up to their potential at the plate this season on both sides, it's hard to back the over. Give me the under. Miami Marlins vs Chicago Cubs. The Miami Marlins have been playing decently well throughout the season, so far as they are trying to surprise people that expect them to struggle. They are currently 6.5 GB of the Atlanta Braves in the NL East and are 2.5 games back of the final NL wildcard spot. The Marlins have been struggling in May as they are 0-5 in the calendar month. They have not been hitting for much power as they are tied for 24th with 29 total home runs. The Chicago Cubs have been doing well as they are fighting through some injuries to important players. They have dropped 6 of their last 10 games and are currently 2.5 games back of the final NL center spot, as well as being 1.0 games behind in the NL wild card. Their team has been hitting well this season as they're third in the sport with a .270 team batting average. I understand how the pitching matchup looks, but Sandy Alcantara has not found his groove this year as he has 6 walks in his last 2 starts and has thrown more than 6.0 innings in just 1 game this season. Looking at the team ERA this year, the Marlins are 22nd with a 4.74 ERA, while the Cubs are all the way up at 4th with a 3.44 team ERA thus far. Chicago has been the superior team at the plate too, so they should have the advantage. The Cubbies have won 5 of the previous 6 home games against the Marlins, so go with the Chicago Cubs on the money line. Sandy Alcantara is not getting hit around crazily as he has allowed more than 3 runs twice this season, so he keeps his teams in games without providing the crazy length. Hayden Wesneski has been doing well as he has allowed 1 runner fewer in 3 of his previous 4 starts, and this Miami team has never seen him on the mound before. The under has hit in the previous 6 games between these teams played in Wrigley Field, so go with the under here too. Milwaukee Brewers vs San Francisco Giants. With one of the best pitching rotations in the entire major leagues, the Milwaukee Brewers are on the cusp of a deep playoff run, but after an incredibly hot start to the year, the offense has gone cold in recent times, resulting in plenty of losses. In fact, the Brewers come into this game riding a season-high 6-game losing streak, as well as being just 1-5 in their past 6 games, played against right-handed pitching, and with a tough few weeks coming up, this game is absolutely crucial. Both of these teams have stellar starting rotations, and it's been a major strength for them over the past decade, and even with all of their regular season success, it's been a slightly one-sided rivalry in recent times. In their past 5 head-to-head meetings in San Francisco, the Giants have a 5-0 record, and with both of their aces having pitched in recent times, the Brewers will need a stellar performance on the mound if there are any chance of slowing down the suddenly red-hot Giants. Our team pick is San Francisco. As mentioned, the pitching is no doubt the strength of these ball clubs, and it shows when they go head-to-head, as the under currently sits at 8-3 in their past 11 meetings, and in the pitcher-friendly park in San Francisco, that should no doubt continue here. For the Brewers, the under sits at 26-10-3 in their past 39 games played against teams with a losing record, and for the Giants, the under sits at 9-2 in their past 11 games played against the NL Central, so expect more of the same in this battle. Take the under.